Hey guys, MaksPlayground here, and welcome to a Sims 4 build. This build is a little bit of a special build because it is the 4x4 challenge. I saw my friend doing this on her channel, and her name is Simployed, and she did a really cool job. And I've seen various other YouTubers do this, and I think that it really is a challenge that I experienced anyways. We'll link her video to her rendition of it in the description below, so make sure to check that out. And when I was talking to my friend Steph of Simarchy, I was just like, have you ever done this challenge? Like, would you think you'd be able to do it? And she mentioned that she did the 5x5 version of it, and so she said she would try this one, which she did. She did it in The Sims 3 though, and she did a really cool job. I actually absolutely love how she did hers. So I will make sure to link that in the description. So you guys should check out both of the people that I just mentioned. Subscribe to their channels. They have really great content, and yeah. So with this, when I was building this one, at first I had a lot of trouble with it. I didn't know where I wanted to put everything. I didn't know where I was gonna put everything and how I was gonna put things to make it fit and things like that. But I remember watching the Sim Supply do this challenge a little bit ago, and he raised his bed up and it still worked, and I didn't know if it was going to work for me, but when I went and tested it, it actually did. So I was happy about that, and I ended up putting a little as you guys will see later, I ended up putting like some stuff under it. I do move it. Right now I'm building the kitchen, and I just found that the kitchen would just be way too cramped like the way I had it in the corner there, and so I move it eventually. But I just had a really hard time with it at first. Like, I always said, how am I gonna do this? But I did end up figuring it out. It took me about 2.5 hours, like, to fully furnish and decorate and everything like that. I do the outside. I don't add a lot of items outside except for a chest table, and an easel, and I think a bench and some flowers and stuff. But like, I did landscaping, of course, and this house. And so you would think it would be relatively cheap, but it actually ended up being 29,000 something simoleons for a 4x4 box. You'd think that it wouldn't be that cheap, but I included some pretty high-end furnishings and really nice paintings and stuff like that. So it costed a little bit. As you guys can see, I just added like a desk and a computer under the bed, which actually turned out to be functional. I was really surprised, and like I had to move the bookshelf a little bit, but it worked. And I don't have any screenshots of showing my sim or any video footage of my sim using it, because when I built this lot, I didn't have a sim on it. But I moved one in and I tested it out, and actually, like I said, it actually worked, which really surprised me. So as you guys can see, I did use mostly custom content. The reason for this is I have a fair amount actually in my game, and like build objects that are custom content, and just lately I've been really wanting to use it, but for the longest time I wasn't, because just like if I had put this up on the gallery, I know it's hard when it's hard when you use custom content, because a lot of people don't like that in their game. But I vary between using custom content and not using custom content in my builds. But more and more lately I've been wanting to use it, just because I find I build a lot better with it. I don't know, or I furnish a lot better, I should say, and I like some of the a lot of the flooring that I have. I really enjoy the custom content stuff, because and windows as well. I always have issues with windows in this game, in all my Sims games, finding the perfect window, and a lot of the time custom content windows that I have found from The Sims 4 have just been a lot better for me. I find anyways. I don't know about you guys, but if you do use custom content, do you find you can find better customizable, or better windows and things like that way, or do you prefer the stuff that's in the game? Just a little question thrown out there. I'm kind of interested in knowing like what people's take on custom content is, or whether they don't use it. I actually recently had to go through all my custom content and see what stuff worked and didn't work in the game. Thank goodness I don't use like mods, which I mentioned in my last one of my last Sims 4 videos. I think it was the renovation, the little vampire or the little Victorian renovation that I did. I think it was that one. That I don't really use custom mods like that change gameplay very much because of the fact that they always need to be updated with the game updates, which one just recently came out. So yeah, I don't know. I had to go through all of it and see what worked, not like piece for piece, but like I have a couple of different folders, and now I finally realized the importance of having organized and sorted folders for your custom content, because oh my god, like it was really annoying. I actually recently just went through all my Sims 2 custom content and I organized that, and that took so long. I pretty much put a lot of like all the unsorted custom content in a folder that said unsorted CC, and started organizing the new stuff. But I have like a bunch of it that is organized and everything like that in both my games now, so I'm really happy about that. But yeah, so getting back to this build, I'm just decorating the kitchen, putting some accessories in. I decided to put those shelves in because I don't know, like I thought that, you know, maybe that would be a little bit more realistic than just cabinets. I find cabinets to be pretty in like a grander kitchen, which I put like 1 or 2 cabinets in there, so that's that, so they just have that like look. But at the same time, I added some shelves just to, you know, be able to add random items on there, which I think turned out pretty nice. I'm actually surprised at how the kitchen turned out. I don't know, like, oh, excuse me, guys. Oh my gosh. So, I've been watching a lot of like micro home videos for The Sims, and through that, I actually saw this really cool, like, this person built a school bus micro home, and it actually was really realistic. If I can find the video, I think I might have liked it or I favorited it or something. I'll try to link it. I'll try to remember to link it in the description. I think it turned out really awesome, and from there, I ended up discovering this YouTube channel that was all about, like, had all sorts of like mini like micro home tours, and I'm like, there's so many that I'm gonna watch. Like, I sub to the channel and I put it in like my watch later, some of them in my watch later kind of thing on here. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching those. I want to start doing more micro homes, maybe not like, you know, little 4x4 kinds, but just doing more micro homes, because I think I know a lot of people enjoy them, and even though like they're hard and difficult, it'd be a cool challenge. Just like I don't really build big houses. I kind of build like moderate houses. Big houses in The Sims 4 has always been like a huge challenge for me, but like seeing some people's builds on like The Sims 4 is just absolutely like, I'm so like blown away by the things that some people come up with. Notable mention actually to Devin Bumpkin. He most recently built Santorini, this beautiful, humongous build based on this. I believe it's one of the islands in Greece, off of the coast in Greece, and it's absolutely gorgeous. His build, I was so blown away with it. I commented on it. I fangirled a little bit, and as well as I've been watching a lot of Hatsie's builds. Like, her big extravagant builds are absolutely gorgeous. I'm kind of in love with her Hogwarts Harry Potter themed builds, and she also did one a collab with, I think it was the Great Symphony, for a Game of Thrones build, which is really cool. Fans of both those nerd fandoms, so yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. So like, if you guys haven't seen them already, like, I will try to remember to like the link to Devin Bumpkin's Santorini build, as well as Hatsie's Hogwarts build, and I think she recently just uploaded the Burrow, which is really cool. So yeah, I don't know, like, with these challenges, like, I recently just got tagged again by my friend Steph to do the 10K challenge, and I kind of want to do it in The Sims 4, but I also really want to do it in The Sims 2. If you guys happen to watch this or have any opinion on it and want to see one in The Sims 4 or in The Sims 2, just let me know. I'm gonna try to do both, but whichever you guys prefer, I will do first if I get any comments on this. It's a really big if. I think I could build a pretty awesome one in The Sims 2. I don't know about The Sims 4 because I've never actually built within a budget in The Sims 4, to be completely honest. I never have, so I wonder how I would do. I don't know. I could build a decent house. I just don't think it would be too decorated. And I like to go all out when it comes to clutter and stuff, so maybe it would definitely be a challenge. But yeah, so right now I am just doing the trellis of this little house. For some reason I just love the way that roof turned out. I just think it just looked really cute, and so I decided to make it a curved roof. I was gonna do like a cute little I don't really know what it would be called, like an indented one. I'm not sure, but I like adding trellises to my houses lately. I think it adds like a really nice cute touch, and I thought it would be something kind of nice. The only thing I didn't like about this is that the last minute I was kind of like regretting building it on the angle that I did. I kind of wish I would have built like the door kind of where they'd go in, and on the side would be like where the trellis is and stuff, but whatever. It looks nice, I think, the way it turned out that way when I decided to do that. I do a little pathway anyways, and yeah. And what I'm doing right now is just adding some vines and stuff like that, which I eventually get rid of some of them because I add 2 windows to like in that side of the wall, just because I wanted to make it look a bit more like matching with the other side of the house. I found it didn't really that it needed more windows. I just kind of wanted to add a couple more windows. Yeah, you see that here where I kind of move it around a little bit with the vines. I thought it would just be a nice touch because it's like, if you guys will like watch to the end, you'll see that I do add a lot of plants and stuff like that to this lot, and I think the vines kind of made it look like a little bit like a little garden house kind of thing. Not a greenhouse so much, but just like a little kind of like a little gardening house. I don't know what kind of sim to really live here. I think somebody who, well, doesn't really like people, like a loner, someone who really likes the outdoors, gardening, spends a lot of her time painting as well, because you guys will see that I add a little easel in the right under the tree, which I eventually add. And I like the trees that I added. I find the colors are pretty matching. I used mostly whites in this, if you guys hadn't already noticed. I try to make it look really, I don't want to say whimsical, because I'm not sure if that's the proper word to add, but really just light and airy kind of thing. You know, I wasn't going to use dark colors for this because dark colors are known to make things look a little bit more small. So I try to use white to make it look open and kind of modern in a sense, which the kitchen I would say is the main feature of the house. And so I decided that I wanted to make it white and open and things like that way. And as you guys can see, I'm adding in the trees. I actually love this tree. It's super pretty, and I love those kind of trees in real life. Like, I don't know the proper name of them, but in the springtime, they're more the more pink ones, but you can get light pink ones as well, which I think are really nice. Which is why I added both of them. I really, really wish that The Sims 2 or The Sims 4, sorry, had a willow tree that comes with The Sims. I think The Sims 3 has it, and I know The Sims 2 has one that's really nice. And I wish The Sims 4 had a really nice old style willow tree, which is what I was basically going for. But they don't, unfortunately. They have one, I know, that's kind of like it, but it's really big, and I decided against it. So I just added the really cute, kind of like cherry blossom trees, I guess you would call them. But I don't think that's actually, if you guys know, let me know if that's what those are called. But yeah, see, I'm adding in all the plants and the foliage, and I went a little bit crazy with it. I go in, I move things around because I wanted to add some rocks around it, which I do, I think, soon. Yeah. See, I go in and I add the easel, and then I put some lights out there, and then I go in and I add the rocks eventually, and then I'm just kind of trying to decorate this. And I wish that I don't think The Sims 4 has any besides custom content that you can probably find. I don't think they really have any string lights that aren't on a pole that kind of you can just hang along the walls kind of thing. I don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure they don't though. But yeah, I was playing around with adding a barbecue or adding and then some planters, but I believe I decided against the barbecue and I deleted it and just put a chess table. I think that's what I end up doing, so that your Sims can just kind of come out and play some chess. And like, I didn't want to add, I don't know if people would consider this to be cheating, I guess, to adding some items outside the house, but there's really not, besides the computer and like some of the books, there's not really like a whole lot of space to do anything inside, because, you know, it's a 4x4 house. But I added just a couple of things. They could do some like gardening and, you know, things like that. But this would probably be for a Sim who, one, is just kind of like really, I guess, a loner, doesn't really have any intentions on like finding someone if they plan to live there for the rest of their lives. Or it could even be for like a widowed Sim even, and they could just kind of decorate it to the like their liking, I guess. Who likes to paint and just kind of like, you know, hang out and do their gardening and stuff like that. But I definitely would not suggest it for a couple, because unless they have like complete opposite schedules, because there would be very little room for two Sims to move around like flawlessly in this house. So yeah, I'm thinking, I've just kind of like been brainstorming ideas for this 10K challenge, and I'm thinking of doing like an Asian themed one. I don't know if I'm gonna do that in The Sims 4, like I was mentioning before. I don't know if I'm gonna do that in The Sims 4 or not, but I think an Asian theme, I've never done one on like any kind of video for one before, and I just think that would be really sweet to do like an Asian kind of themed build. I don't know if I would really be able, I know there's a lot of really cool Asian Asian themed items in this, like Oriental themed items in this this city living pack it came with, and also the dine out pack. So like, I don't know if I could pull it off in this game, but I know there's tons of like really nice like wallpapers and stuff like that in The Sims 2. I would love to do it in The Sims 3 right now, but unfortunately I don't really think my computer can handle it. I've been really tempted to just boot up the game and play, but I literally would sit there and play for like days at a time. That's kind of how I played The Sims 3. I wouldn't turn my game off and I played for days at a time, which kind of makes sense as to why the game would lag. But I absolutely love that game, and I miss it so much lately. So I don't know. But with this build, like I said, right now I'm just doing the little art decorations, trying to find places for things. I'm doing like just the under the bed right now, adding just some custom content like little paintings and pictures and stuff like that. I got a lot of my items from this one blog that had a lot of stuff. Has like just like a lot of like clutter items and things like that, and I'm gonna try to remember to link it. I forget the name of it right now, it's not coming to my head, but there's tons of really cool little like things that you can download, little like there's this one that I was just like searching on Google, like Tumblr inspired Sims 4 CC, and I came across like the site that I'm talking about, and had tons of stuff. So I'm coming to an end really soon, so I'm gonna end the video or end my commentary here. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out the links below. Don't forget to check out Simployed and Steph's channels and their videos making these. They did an absolutely awesome job, especially if you like Sims 3 video, like building videos and stuff like that. Make sure to check hers out. And if you really like CC videos like with custom content builds, make sure to check out Simployed's video of this. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and check out more videos on my channel. Thanks guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Bye!